Good morning. You know who it is? It is Glenn Andrews, representing that Heroes and Kings. It is so symbolic now. Me and Elijah, Sydney Champagne, Tierra, as we came up with that, which was our first group at this facility where we were training and running. We came up with the idea of calling ourselves, though she was my sister, Queen, we called it Heroes and Kings because sisters can be heroes, but the emphasis was on the kings part. And yeah, Glenn Andrews, Heroes and Kings. It is January 9th. I want to say happy birthday to my son. It's his birthday. I know he just got in on the West Coast from doing his thing. I'll be calling him in just a bit. You know what I'm doing in here, training, getting ready to get it going. Got my rower, got the dip station. Oh, I got something planned for that. The punching bag won't be the punching bag. Some legs gonna be swinging over that. We got to see where somebody's hips at. Some curls, and then the air bike. We're keeping it going. This gonna be a kind of a weekend ender to get you started. Sunday get the week started right. As you can see, it's 35. I think it said 34 degrees. I'm 10 toes down and walking outside in my front yard. Got great neighbors, great subdivision. I've been sleeping good all week. Really been sleeping good for the last 10 years. I just don't sleep enough. I see everybody is posting their stuff up about what took place a few days ago. And I threw my little thing up because I'm, Morehouse man. We woke, well read, and I don't throw that woke word around loosely. I don't throw that well read around loosely. I don't even throw the idea of being a Morehouse man around loosely. But I'll say this. When all this stuff was taking place, I was at the gym, and a couple of my trainers were coming in, and I kind of walked past the TV because I quit watching TV a long time ago because I understand how TV programs versus educating. And so I quit watching TV a long time ago. So I always come in and change all the TVs in my gym to ESPN, ESPN2, Motor Trend TV, and I may leave one in the corner on maybe a business channel. But somebody came in and changed it to CNN. They're all closed caption. So around, I guess, about 12, not a little later than that. I guess about 3 or so that afternoon, I walk past the TV and I see all the congregation at the Capitol. Then all my trainers, they were coming in for the evening stuff, get some classes going. And then some more members were coming in, and everybody was starting to pine around and watch the TV. So I passed by it, took a quick look at it, went on to the storage room, pulled some equipment out, went back, sat at my desk. I think I talked to the wife, I think I talked to my daughter, and I kept it moving. That night before, we watched, me and a good friend of mine, I was training his son, we watched our Morehouse brother, Raphael Warnock, become the first black senator from Georgia. So we watched that the night before, woke up, as I said, got to the gym, doing my normal thing. But that day, as I walked past the TV, I saw it, kept it moving, and it was out of my mind after that. Literally, it was out of my mind. And then my wife called me, Rena called me. She said, "Babe, do you see what's going on?" I said, "Yeah, I see what's going on." And she was kind of just, just out, just talking about it. "Babe, this is terrible, and I'm disappointed, and da 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 da." And I had no emotions for it. I had no energy for it. I said, "Hey, I got to get back to work. I got to get back to checking these folks in and, talking to my trainers." And I hung up. Came on home, and now it's just all over the news. What Trump said, what he did on Twitter, what they did, who got killed, sadly. And I threw my thing up about the chicken comes home to roost from Malcolm X, because that's all that could come to my mind. Literally when all these situations like that happened, that's what come to mind. But really, I want to thank my sister Troya Bishop. She has a book, and I'm gonna post a link to her book after this. When she wrote it, she allowed me to read the first draft of it, and it was powerful then, and it's still powerful. And she went live, I want to say maybe 2 days ago, and she talked about being desensitized, and she posed a question of to anyone listening. So if you were shook up by what took place in D.C., were you shook up when them fools did what they did to Emmett Till? Were you shook up when Trayvon Martin, who wears a hoodie, coming home with some Skittles, and he was approached by a grown-ass man in his neighborhood? Were you desensitized by George Floyd, finally, and even some of y'all questioned that? How about Ahmaud Arbery? That kid reminds me so much of my son. Were you desensitized to that? How about all the World War II veterans who fought the Nazis, who are in the cemeteries to come back to the United States, including black soldiers who had to deal with Jim Crow? Are you desensitized to that? So we all learned the Pledge of Allegiance, probably preschool to kindergarten. I still know it. But my common sense and my logic, once I was old enough to read and understand concepts, something about World War II just never made sense to me. It just never made sense to me. Honorably, respectfully, I got a lot of brothers and sisters that who have served, including a lot of folks in my family who have served in the military. And honorably, a lot of folks ask me, hey, Glenn, were you in the military? Because they see the discipline in me, and they see the honor and courage in me. The one thing, I have no regrets about not going into professional sports. No regrets no regrets at all. The one regret kind of sits in my craw and kind of sits behind me, that I didn't go into the military, because though I went to Morehouse and I see that military piece, that military has a straight line of discipline, honor, character, and accountability. But World War II and dealing with the Nazis and those veterans and black soldiers coming back, and some situations that happened in Europe, and my brother from Morehouse, Spike Lee, did a movie about a certain situation, and there's a couple others that took place in barracks in different places in Belgium and Great Britain. And then we don't even want to talk about Jim Crow. We don't want to talk about COINTELPRO. The Kerner Commission report. So when I see what took place at the Capitol, I'm desensitized. I got a son and a daughter. That's what I'm concerned about. Keep it real. I wasn't shocked. I wasn't surprised. I didn't lose any sleep. I'm not even disappointed. Quite frankly, I expected it a long time ago. If you have a gentleman by the name of McVeigh in Oklahoma can take out a whole building, the writing's been on the wall. You better ask yourself, what is truly to be an American? What is the definition of an American citizen? What is that? What is that? Because what I see written in ink, in constitutions and laws and papers, I don't see it in action. I'm just saying. So I want to thank my sister, Troya Bishop. She actually gave me kind of a philosophical, psychological way of me analyzing myself, because I didn't understand why I didn't have any emotions or any feelings, or why I just went to sleep and just almost treated it like a normal day. Let me add one more thing too. Me and the late brother, Ricky Martin, rest in peace. Another brother, Sagan Penn, rest in peace. We were all together that Sunday. I was headed to my mom's house. Sagan turned left. I never forgot that. They tried to say he was a gang member. Look it up. Sagan Penn. 1985. This is 2021. I love the earth. I'm of this earth. Y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better. This ain't about your politics or the United States. It's about your soul and your consciousness and your humanity. Marcus Garvey, Abraham Maslow, Charles Darwin. Put those three in a pot and stir it up. Glenn Andrews, Heroes and Kings. Go pick up Troya Bishop's book. And if you can, I'm going to tag her into some stuff after this. Because, yeah, thank you, sister. I know I'm not crazy now.